If you are spiritually gifted or going through an awakening journey and don't know what to do, I wanted to just share a few things with you. So, the first thing I recommend is for you to just take a deep breath in and exhale and try to release control of the situation. You're probably overwhelmed as you realize like a lot of things in life is an illusion and you have gifts or this like heightened awareness now of so many things, and you're just kind of like, now what? I don't want you to feel alone. And I hope that you know that there are so many people out there just like you, and that includes me, who has gone through this journey. And we are all meant to experience our own unique journey. So don't compare your path to other people. Try not to do so, and try not to seek so many answers through other people's experience and stories that are unique to them, because you will overwhelm yourself. I know that when I was going through my experience, I kept trying to find someone who had an experience like me. And I could not. It was so hard and confusing because I was like, there's no way I could be the first one. And I was listening to all these people's stories and I started to get confused because, reflecting back, I think I thought some of their opinions and their experiences kind of was like the truth or like a fact, like something that should happen for me or will happen for me, but it's not. So I'm here to remind you that you are a unique being. You have your own soul essence. You have your own journey. For example, my journey, every step I took, everything I've experienced is not going to apply to you, as it should not. That's crazy. If we're all meant to walk the same path and have our gifts unveiled the same way, like that doesn't even make sense. So ground yourself, okay? You are unique. Don't try to seek answers in other people's experiences. It's okay to kind of take things in like a lesson, or if you want to, I know it kind of helps to learn other people's experiences to help us kind of be cautious of things or become aware of things that may occur, but you will learn on your own through your own journey. I recommend that you learn to discipline yourself, discipline your mind, discipline your physical self. It is incredibly important that you do so, because once you start getting into higher consciousness as you awaken, or if you're a spiritually gifted person, you start tapping into your gifts, a lot of things are going to fly your way and come around, and you may become overwhelmed and confused, getting a lot of like messages and encountering other people who may just stray you off your path if you don't know who you are and you don't know how to decipher or have critical thinking. It's incredibly important that you assess everything that you are being told and taught. Even in general, that applies to everything, right? Like you can see something on the internet, don't believe it right away. If you want to try to believe it, hopefully you do additional research to see if it's even true, or like what's the status today. Maybe that was something that was true like 5 years ago, right? And even still question if what you have researched is true, like this is where like trust your intuition and trust your heart to see if it's true for you applies. Like learn to listen to yourself first. So I learned to trust myself by actually doing the things that I said I was going to do. And I disciplined myself physically first, because that actually helped strengthen my spiritual self. So I would say that I'm going to go to the gym 3 days a week, and I actually went to the gym 3 days a week, and I would feel so good because I did what I said I was going to do. Or like, even like at work, I would say like, I'm going to get this done, and I get it done and I feel so good. And I know that if I say something, I mean it. Like my own integrity and moral values, like I am aligning with myself. And I also chose to face my fears, such as swimming, because I wanted to overcome my fears, right? And I wanted to remove and release that fear. And it helped so much. So what fears do you have, or what things have you said or been saying that you will do or like can do but haven't? do that, because the more that you actually do what you say, the more that you learn to believe yourself. You're not betraying yourself. You learn to trust yourself. Now, for those who are trying to help other people, go ahead and do that. But I highly recommend that you are spending more time and energy devoting to yourself and your own journey versus like others. So for example, I'm just throwing a number out there. I would spend like 70% of my time on me, working on myself, reflecting on myself, doing whatever I need to do for myself, and then maybe 30% helping other people. It should not be the other way around, especially if you're just starting out or you're within, I don't know, I'm just throwing a number like 5 years, right? It's not like you've been doing this for 30 years. Like, you need to focus on yourself and helping yourself and healing yourself and trusting yourself before you try to help other people. Because why should someone else come to you for help if you don't even trust yourself? Why should they listen to what you're saying if you don't even listen to what you're saying? Why should they believe the messages that you are channeling if you don't even believe the messages that are coming through for you? I am a strong believer in like, you better walk the talk. And so I am a spiritual healer and shaman, and I heal others, and I am able to heal them purely because, I mean, in general, I am doing it purely, but like, I'm saying as a vessel of light, because I have removed so many of my own blockages and healed myself so much. So it's incredibly important for you to purify yourself and heal yourself and face your shadows before you try to help other people do that. If you're doing that now, I'm not going to stop you, but this is just my recommendation, because what's most important is that you have a strong foundation of you, who you are, your gifts. You've learned to trust yourself. You've learned to interpret everything correctly through practice and time, and not rush everything. I see a lot of people trying to rush once they find out they're gifted. I'm not trying to knock you guys down. I support your own journey, right? Maybe this is what makes sense for you, but then you're not spending time to work on yourself. And imagine having the ability to help others but not helping yourself. Like, why are you doing that to yourself? It's incredibly important that you love yourself. And as you learn to love yourself, you will become a true vessel of light and love and channel things purely to others, because you have already purified and cleansed and cleared a lot of things that you are holding. So you're not alone. Slow down. If you're meant to know something, again, sorry, my brain went back to the information seeking and being overwhelmed by other people's experiences and the whole internet. I hope that you know that you can learn to decipher more and more things and discern as you go through your journey. It will become easier and easier to listen to your gut and your intuition and say, no, like, that's not true. That's not true to me. So here's an example. There's a lot of people, again, I'm not trying to knock anyone. There's a lot of people that are like, okay, if you are spiritual, then you need to go vegan because da 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 da. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm saying go at your own pace. Don't just say, okay, I'm spiritually gifted, I'm going to be vegan now. That's unrealistic, okay? Listen to your body. Your body knows what you want to eat. If it's gravitating towards chicken, go that way. If it's gravitating towards salads, go that way, right? If you want to eat some snacks here and there, go that way. It's important that you use your brain, your intuition, your divine guidance, and your body all in combination to take the best action for you. So I hope that makes sense. I don't want anybody to rush, because this is a journey, okay? A journey is a long experience. It's not a, you have to know everything that you want to know now. And there are some things that maybe you're meant to know, but you're meant to know later in life, or like the clarity will come later in life. So like, don't rush. If you are meant to know something, your divine team will give you that message loud and clear. Okay, so there's something I want to share. A lot of people that I help struggle with kind of like receiving messages. And then when I connect to their divine team, it's like, I'm able to tell like, well, they're giving you messages in this way, this way, this way, but you're not listening, or you're not taking action. So I want to also just insert this message here that if you are feeling like you've been praying and asking for help and guidance, but you're unsure, you may just need to actually take action to try to understand what the message is. So for example, if you randomly see like 222, like for a couple months, you're like, I don't know what it means, but you don't do anything. Here's the tip. Observe and assess, like, when have you seen 222, and who were you with, and what were you experiencing at that time, or how were you feeling? Think about all those things and actually take the action to like look it up on the internet. What does 222 mean? And then if there's a whole essay, about what it means when you click on a page, then I personally just kind of skim it, but you can read through it and see what sticks out, what actually resonates, right? Because your divine team will pull out messages, or like will give you a good feeling, like you just know that is the message that they are giving to you, not the whole thing. It doesn't always have to be the whole thing, does not always have to be true. It could just be like a section that they're trying to give you as a message right now to help you with whatever you're going through. That's why it's important to reflect and ask yourself, like, who were you with, or what were you experiencing, or how were you feeling? Because it could be a time where you were, with a romantic partner and things were going rough, and you just keep experiencing, you keep getting the message. Maybe it has something to do with that person or that relationship. Or it could be like every time you felt like you didn't like your job and you were feeling off, and then you would magically see it, then it's a message about work. Like, that's why it's important to assess and interpret, because only you will know what the message means if you actually take the action to search for it. Your divine team will do, it's like meeting them halfway. They'll do the other half and give it to you as clear as they can. And hopefully you just are able to receive and accept it. So I hope this helps. You're not alone. You're doing great. I hope that you are staying positive. And I wish the best for you and your journey.